Is it better to be a manager or a coach to your employees? I'll explain the difference and what's best in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimist Performance, bringing you practical tips and ideas on leadership, team development, and employee performance in the workplace. Managers have multiple hats to wear in a sense. And the question is whether to be a manager or a coach, especially today when people in the workplace, younger people coming into the workplace, are looking more for a coach than a manager. But the truth is you need to be both, and sometimes even more. And that means being a manager, coach, consultant, advisor. So it really depends on the situation, and you want to balance the two. But essentially, if you're a manager, there's things associated with that which takes up a lot of time, and you may be acting more as a manager than as a coach, but it's important to keep in mind that you also need to coach your employees. Let's look at the difference. So I have here manager or coach. And the difference, as I see it, is that managers are more in a controlling type situation or behavior, whereas a coach is more geared or focused on the development of the team members. When I talk about control, and I have actually a video, which is probably my most popular video, The Responsibilities of a Manager, where I talk about the two components of management. The controlling part, I would say, and the people part. But a lot of the tasks or responsibilities of a manager revolve around planning, organizing, communicating, measuring, setting goals. And I guess once you set goals, you need to measure. We could add a lot of items here, improving all the structural process part of the department. And again, it would vary depending on your type of organization, the culture, what type of business it is. But essentially, at the essence, this is what's involved in the control part. I mean, we could add follow-up as well, supervising. Whereas on the coaching side, it's more about developing people. And this involves training, giving feedback, praising people, recognizing. And this training or coaching could be done one-on-one. It could be done in groups or with the team. Of course, there's goal setting involved as well. The difference would be on the control side, the manager is setting specific goals himself or herself, whereas on the coaching side, it shifts to where you're getting the person to define and set their own goals and agreeing with them. So it's like a different approach, a management control approach versus a coaching approach, development approach through goal setting. And of course, it's about also strengths and challenges. So taking the time to learn about the person relative to the role, find out what their strengths and challenges are, discussing it with them, and relating that to goal setting as well. We could add their career development as part of it. So I like to use the analogy of a sports team. Way back before the word coaching was popular in business with management, we associated coach with team sports or even individual sports, of course. I like hockey, and when I watch hockey, I see the coach on the bench, and this could apply to any team sport, basketball, football, soccer. We see the coach behind the bench or with the players, and calling the shots. So who's going to be on the ice or on the court? When they come to the bench, maybe they're giving feedback or giving tips. But this is really kind of being a manager, coach. They're in the heat of the action. They're telling people what they want them to do, or strategizing, implementing different tactics as the game progresses, depending on how things are shaping. So it's not really being a coach in the sense of developing. It's not the time to develop people. So on a day-to-day basis, the manager's really there to kind of steer the direction of the department, make sure things are flowing and working as they should be to get to meet the targets or the goals, the productivity, the performance. But if we go back to the sports analogy, in between the games, what happens? It's practice. And this is where the training and the development part comes in. And we're talking about professionals, very talented athletes who know what they need to do. They probably know their strengths and challenges, but the coach is there to work with them to augment that, to help them contribute even more to the team and reach their full potential. And this takes ongoing development and practice, because we never really reach our full potential. We all have limitations, whether they're mental or physical injuries occur, whatever, and we need to rebound from that. We need to overcome any mental blockages, whether it's confidence, and this can go up and down. So really the coach's role is development. And I often find that managers spend more time on this part and not enough time here. So if you want to be a coach, you need to look at how to have some time, whether it's one-on-one or group. The advantage of the group coaching and training is that you also, through that, develop better chemistry, better teamwork. And so you want to incorporate group training and coaching, one-on-one coaching, into your activities, and make sure that you're setting aside time to do that. And it's not just about, when you're coaching, it's not only just about productivity and performance, setting those types of goals. It's looking at the development of the person. What can they do to improve their mindset, improve their self-confidence? What can they do to be better at teamwork? What course can they take to stay up to date technically, or whatever it is, that skill set that they need, especially today when technology is driving so much change and we need to adapt to that. So training should be ongoing. So that's really the essence, the difference between managing and coaching. You need to be both, and maybe even at times just, consulting. When people come to you with problems, if they're the type of person that is afraid to make their own decisions or take initiatives, how can you, in that moment, rather than tell them what to do, be more of a coach to them? So yes, it could happen on the fly as well. So I hope this helps you differentiate between a manager and a coach, and find a way to spend more time in coaching and have a better balance. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do so now. Turn on notifications to get news of new videos. Check out the blog articles on the website that coincide with these videos. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.